Okay. I'm just testing this. This is totally random. I have to remember to look at the actual camera, which is right here. Not at the picture, which is like really hard not to look at the picture constantly. I'm just doing this to see whether I can, how easy it is to upload a video from Android to directly to YouTube without processing it. Because like normally the ones that I have that I would normally get, that I would normally do on my camera, I have to process it with the video software first on the computer before I can upload it. Like it's the wrong file type. And so so I just wasn't sure if this Android thing would do the right file type. And it would be nice if I could use this tablet to do that. This is so shaky. Like I'm holding it in my hands and it's shaking while I talk, which is really annoying. And like every time I look down at the picture, it shows my eyes like looking down. Like that's not a good way to direct your eyes at all. Yeah, so like I haven't been using my regular camera with the computer to make any videos or pictures recently, just because I've had that computer, the Windows computer, buried in the bottom of a box, and it's like in this giant pile of junk that's beside my bed. And so that's so hard to get into that I don't ever even like take pictures or upload any pictures like for anything anymore. And since I'm not using a normal phone, I don't use my phone to do that either. I use my phone as little as possible and I hate my phone. So I just was wondering if I could use this tablet, because I actually get this thing out every day when I go to work doing my pizza delivery. And there's no... The light is actually so terrible, even though like I'm in my car and I'm outdoors. The light is terrible. Yeah, so I use this tablet more than I use my Windows computer that's totally buried in the box at home. I thought recently I've had an exposure to an antidepressant. I do not know exactly where it came from, and that's probably why I like suddenly have had the urge to make a video, because I don't do that unless I'm on drugs. Like, I don't use drugs, quote unquote, but I mean, anytime I've used like herbal antidepressants like St. John's wort, it makes me start making videos. And I just did my laundry at the laundromat, and I've had other times when I had a drug residue exposure from doing laundry at the laundromat. So I mean, that's probably what's happened again. I don't know for certain if that's where it came from. But anyway, my stomach is growling. This is so annoying. I just don't want to have to eat again. It's such a pain. I've had this other problem of having to eat all the time. But I have a whole bunch of snacks right here. I've got junk food in the car. Yeah. So that's probably the reason why I probably have been exposed to an antidepressant, not knowing for certain where it came from. And that's why I'm suddenly making videos, because that's the miraculous thing that happens when I'm exposed to antidepressants. I make videos and pictures. But yeah, I've wanted to take pictures of a whole bunch of stuff and I just never do. And so if it turns out that this is really easy to upload stuff to YouTube, then I'll probably start using this, even though I hate Android. I hate having to use the tablet, and anything like that. But I might use it like temporarily, like until I can get, my house kind of fixed up a little bit so I can like actually get that freaking computer out of the box. And I'm going to want to do that anyway because I just saw that Night Reverie was like one of the ones I had on Steam that I wanted to get. It was just some random thing that I just happened to find when I was like browsing for free games, and it was like this little adventure game and it was really pretty, and they weren't finished making it. They were just doing like a little preview. So, I don't download very many games at all. It was just a totally completely random, and I don't buy many games. I try to get them for free on Steam. But this one finally finished, and they just sent me an email today saying that it was out. So I was kind of curious if I can remember. And I have all that over on the Microsoft computer, not on my netbook. One thing I can see is how crooked my eye is. Like, I think that's getting worse as I get older. It's like what they made fun of with McGonagall on Harry Potter. Like, whenever they were doing sort of a parody cartoon drawing of her, they had her eye like pointing one way. Like, I can't remember which way it points. Like, it's pointing outward or inward, I don't know. But I'm very, very cross-eyed looking now. Like, it didn't used to be that bad. My father has kind of a cross eye, and my brother has kind of a cross eye. So, and I have this now. Like, it's very, very running in the family for some reason. But I'm really, really seeing it now. It's way noticeable every time I like look at myself in a video or something. 7 minutes of just blabbing about nothing while I'm waiting to go to work. I was supposed to be like taking a nap in between jobs. I have to go there at 4. But I wanted my hair to dry out because it was wet, because I took a shower right before coming into work. But yeah, I have all this stuff that I've wanted to take pictures of, and I mean, it's just my usual stuff, like, oh, the plants and the flowers and the cats, you know, and taking a selfie. Well, this is a good thing to use for taking a selfie, because my camera doesn't show me a feedback image of myself. I can actually see myself on this. So, although it looks like my eyes are still looking down because the camera is up here, and I have to actually look at the camera and like ignore my own image of myself. But it's impossible not to look at a face. Like, if my brain sees a face, I can't just not look at it. Like, I have to look into a face. And I saw this advertisement for a camera that puts itself in the middle of your screen, like a webcam. And I was like, wow, that's kind of brilliant and totally obvious in hindsight. You know, they made this little camera, a little webcam that will hang down into the center of your screen so that you're actually looking at it instead of like looking way up or way down or whatever. But anyway, it's getting so hot in this car, I'm gonna like run out of oxygen. Only carbon dioxide is the problem, more so than oxygen. Carbon dioxide will make you start to feel like you're panicking and like, and I know this because I slept in my car with the windows all the way closed. You can't sleep with the windows all the way closed. When I was camping in the car, you have to have a tiny crack no matter how cold it is outside. It can be 0 degrees outside. You have to have a tiny crack to let in the air and let out the carbon dioxide. From what I have read, you have a greater, oh my God, stop looking at the face. Look at the camera. You have a greater awareness of problems involving your carbon dioxide. You have a greater sensation of discomfort when you have too much carbon dioxide than you do when you have not enough oxygen. Like, you could be having like way less oxygen and not really be aware that there was a problem. But if you have too much carbon dioxide, you really feel very uncomfortable. And so that's going to be the thing that you notice first. And that's the thing that I notice when I'm wearing a mask. I don't believe in wearing masks. Oh, I'm going to get banned from YouTube. Woohoo! Oh yes, alright. Nobody watches my videos anyway, but I could probably get banned just for saying I don't like masks. So anyway, well, it's 10:15 on this timer of how long I've made this video. Yeah, so this is probably a drug-induced video because I said I've had some exposure to an antidepressant, and it's the residue going through my skin. It is not something I swallowed or took. It is actually a transdermal residue, and the only reason I know this exists is because I've had so many problems with transdermal drugs going through my skin over the years. It's a very long experience. And I know I didn't take anything that was an antidepressant, but I'm having all the sensations and symptoms of antidepressant exposure. And, you know, suddenly making a video out of nowhere when I never make videos is totally a sign that I'm on antidepressants. I had some other symptoms. So yeah, I hope it's not the frickin' laundry. Because I just would love to be able to do the laundry at the laundromat and not have that happen. I mean, it could have been something else, and I had a suspicion it could have been something else that it came from, but I don't know that for sure. The probably greatest likelihood is it's the laundry. So anyhow, yeah, there's like pumpkins, there's flowers, there's all kinds of stuff at my house that I've wanted to take pictures of and just haven't done. So, and like selfies, I mean, I want to know that I exist and like look at myself later on. And every once in a while, there's probably other people out there that want to see that I exist. Like, you know, my brother and my friends and stuff. They don't want to sit here and watch me for like 12 whole minutes doing nothing, sitting and, hey, guy in the background, sitting here talking onto the camera, but that's what you're gonna get because I'm waiting for work. And this is the only video we're gonna do right now. So I'm gonna just do stuff later. Alright. Also, I have to go to the bathroom now, and like I have to go to the bathroom so many times. I drink so much caffeine and just can't stand having to sit there not going to the bathroom, so I go to the bathroom like 20 times an hour, and it gets really embarrassing. Like, there may actually be something wrong with me that's making this happen. Like, more than the usual person's lack of tolerance, I have like 0 tolerance for having to go to the bathroom. So, so I'm probably going to shut this off, and I'm going to see what happens if I try to upload this to YouTube. I don't know exactly what YouTube is going to say, like about the file format or whatever. We're just going to see what happens. Okay, push this button. I don't know what I'm doing here.